Hello, I'm Neil, and in this video we're going to talk about cloud infrastructure. Why would you want to adopt the cloud, how it can be useful, and what you need to ask yourself before you do anything. Let's get into it. When I talk about cloud infrastructure, I mean moving your application so it runs from one of the clouds, AWS, Azure, Google, or DigitalOcean. Migration is a different subject altogether, but why would you want to move to the cloud? Using AWS as an example, they offer hundreds of services, 20 or so just listed here. This means that when you operate workloads in the cloud, you don't need teams of engineers to look after the individual components that are running. You can focus on delivering the service or product that your company does. However, if not kept in check, you can end up with spiraling costs based on sprawling mess of data, servers and services. How do you keep control of this? Fortunately, there's tried and tested methods for keeping the costs and the server sprawl under control. There are methods to migrate or re-platform your application. However, it's important to note that it should be designed with the cloud in mind. By using DevOps, we can use the integration of our infrastructure services and knowledge together with the programming rigor to make sure that we're running exactly what we need to run and not anything more. We can use best practices to build and operate enterprise-leading systems. By using a cloud-first agile system and a helping of open-source software, we can create great results. This video playlist is based on a book that I've written, Who Moved My Servers, available on Amazon now. And if you'd like to get the latest installments of the new videos coming up, please subscribe and like the video. When running applications in the cloud, I have 4 steps to keep everything in check. But before we get into that, we should ask the most important question of all. Do you have your own data center? If you do, then a path to the cloud is different. It might not be an obvious place to start, but building and creating a data center is no mean feat. It takes time, money and effort. For instance, when Google was created back in 1998, it was one server in a dorm room. The first rack of servers was housed in Stanford University. After that, they rented co-location facilities. Google commissioned their first data center in Oregon in 2006. If you don't have a data center, then setting up in the cloud is a very low cost and easy way to get your system online. If you do have a data center, then some more questions need to be explored. The first step is design. To fully exploit the benefits of running in the cloud, your application or service must be designed with the cloud in mind. The classic view of a monolithic structure, where it's all designed in one app, is very outdated. Microservices is now not only the trendy, but also the smart way to do things. By breaking stuff down into smaller components, it gives us flexibility to reuse components, scale components independently, and most importantly, do rapid deployments of each one of those components. The system as a whole only ever gets deployed once, right at the beginning of the project. For the ongoing security updates, feature updates, and more importantly bug updates, each component can be deployed independently. Using an agile approach means that we can get to a minimum viable product quite quickly, and then improve on that product over iteration and iteration. DevOps is the result of operation skills and developer skills coming together so that we can automate the infrastructure. Building servers or applications and tools in the cloud are the hallmarks of a successful team. The keys to increasing efficiency and delivery is the automated deployments. In the repetitive nature of build, test and deploy, we can automate these stages to make them easy and quick for the developer teams. Automating the deployment gives fast feedback to the teams so we can find bugs quickly and fix them just as quickly. Having developers and operations work together also reduces the frequency of errors and reduces the friction of the teams working together. By putting all these principles in place means that you can rapidly deploy stuff, maybe even multiple times an hour. Without the automation, the process would be just too long and too risky. With the code deployment and the infrastructure automated, this means we can focus on scaling. If there's a high demand, we can have more components of a certain service running more. This gives an excellent experience to your users using your service. Scaling up to demand is as important as scaling down from the peak. This enables the business to spend the least possible on cloud services whilst providing the maximum service to their customers. With automation, there's lots of data moving around quickly. Servers can appear and servers can disappear, so care must be taken that data is never lost. In the early days of Google, they would log the entries of what people were searching for. But these logs quickly grew and were rapidly overwritten. As that information wasn't seen as important at the time, that wasn't an issue. However, imagine Google Analytics if they kept overwriting the data. You wouldn't be able to see what happened on your website yesterday, never mind an hour ago. So in summary, is moving to a cloud right for your business or your application? We asked, do you have your own data center? Then we covered the design. It's important to have an application that's designed for running in the cloud. We then touched on automation, how the automation can make rapid deployments easier. Scaling, how auto-scaling is really good because it can provide maximum benefit to your customers whilst reducing your overhead and costs. And last but not least, data, making sure that we've got a plan in place so that we can keep the data safe. In the next video, we're going to discuss what workloads work best in cloud and how we can leverage those. If you want to get updated as soon as that gets published, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.